And welcome back to the Crypto Hall program. Let me adjust the lighting here real quick. Oh, that works a little bit better. Maybe not. Okay, it is what it is. Welcome back to the Crypto Hall program. I'm not a financial advisor, not a crypto advisor, none of the above. I don't know anything about crypto. I don't know anything about financial advice. I'm just here to do research and report the results to you. If you buy any of the crypto or sell any of the crypto, I don't care. I may tell you to do it. Don't do a fucking thing I say. How about that? Okay. Welcome here. Let me get a couple minutes. I started a little bit early. I originally had it set up for 9:30. Had some issues pop up, and I had to pivot and get the sucker started early. So if it isn't one thing, it's another. I'm telling you. I'm like, fuck. So we're gonna discuss today Bitcoin. Look, I don't know. This whole crypto space, let me tell you something. You guys already know. This whole space so heavily manipulated. There's so many secrets and games being played. They don't want you to see this program. They don't want you to know anything that's on my show. If I talk about dumb shit, it's A-okay. The minute I start dropping names and shit, you'll see it'll go to commercials. It'll start buffering. It'll make it to where you can't even find my program. Generally, the times in my life when I've seen the government with something that's new, if the government's like, oh, you shouldn't do that, that's the stuff you need to do. All right. Let's get into this Bitcoin mess. I don't know how this turns out with Bitcoin. What I'm going to do today is report to you what I see. Okay. Here's this article here. This is a trend that I'm seeing. Let me show you here. And if you have Bitcoin or whatever, I don't fucking care. Remember, never invest more than you can afford to lose, all right? Chris Sharpie says, another good thing about Patreon, no buffering or commercials. Hey, if I can... What I'm trying to do is this. People are like, Crypto Hulk, should I quit this or quit that? Look, if you need to do something, I'm going to fucking tell you, all right? Right now, I'm trying an alternative to YouTube. I don't know if this thing's going to work. I don't know if Patreon's better than YouTube or not. You know how I will know? If that Patreon channel grows like fucking crazy, then I'll know. Depending on how big my Patreon gets, then I'll just say adios to YouTube. It just depends, man. I can't tell you. Maybe I quit next month and just stay back on YouTube. I don't know. Now, as far as you getting a membership on both channels, that's up to you. They're month to month. It's $15. So, I mean, if that's going to financially break you, then just stay on one or the other. I don't know how long. Like I said, you guys determine what the fuck happens. The YouTube, I seem to have maxed out at 71,000 people. For 2 years now, it hasn't budged or whatever. That's just bizarre. I've only been on YouTube for 6 years, and I only have 71,000 people. Not possible. So you guys will determine how it works. Like, remember when I got my first sponsor, Caleb and Brown? You guys joined first, right? And I said, I want you guys to try out Caleb and Brown. And if you like it and it works and they're nice to you and it's easy to get a hold of somebody, you don't have to call them like 15 times and shit, then let me know. And what did I do? I joined them after you joined them. It was 6 weeks. I told you guys, test drive this Caleb Brown company. I don't even know who the hell these people are. And he kept coming back every day. Crypto Hulk, they're actually pretty nice. Crypto Hulk, I called them and they actually picked up the phone. And I'm like, really? Okay. And then just after 6 weeks, I decided to go with them. So this is how we're doing with Patreon. I don't know how it's going to go. You determine how this fucking goes. And then we got the censorship, depending on how much censorship Patreon has. So I'll let the proof be in the pudding, as they call it. If everybody joins that and Patreon gets super popular and it gets way huge compared to my YouTube, then I will probably just switch over completely. I have no idea. You guys and the potential communists at Patreon determine all of this. I have no idea. Okay. And even Zoltar with his crystal ball and shit won't be able to help unless we get him high with cocaine. Then that would probably work. All right. Let me check here. Chris Sharpie. As far as I'm concerned, I'll be on both platforms. Hulk's worth the investment, and that's faux show. Yeah, everything on Patreon, these channels are not the same. Sometimes I'll give them the same news as you. Some shows, the YouTube gets it, the Patreon. These are two separate businesses. So it's not like you get one membership and then you get access to everything that I do. These are two separate enterprises. So this whole little venture on Patreon is a different business. So I got two LLCs from Anderson Advisors. So this is a different business. You guys get one. A lot of you guys, when you joined up with the Crypto Hulk Lawyer, you have an LLC. I've got like two. Then I've got land trust and shit. My little Anderson bill was kind of high, but because I got two separate businesses going and I got vehicles and just shit like that. So yeah, and okay. Stevie ZBCN. I'm on both as well. Happy to support Hulk. And I appreciate that. This channel takes a lot of time and energy. Yesterday was the 4th of July. I must have called 8 people, 2-3 hours yesterday. One guy was shocked. I think it was like 9:00 p.m. or something. I called him up. I was tired. Called him up for 20 minutes or whatever. Brand new person. Usually the calls aren't that long. Usually your first one's somewhere around 15 to 20-ish. But then after that, usually you just call Crypto Hulk. I got $1,500. Da, 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 da. We chit chat a little, or Crypto Hulk. I got 10 cryptos here. Let me read them off. Should I dump any of these? And usually the call, just your first call. I understand your first call, maybe your second and stuff. They tend to be a little longer. But after that, it's kind of like you're verifying shit. Crypto Hulk, you just talked about Hecto the other day. What do you think? It's just some shit like that. So, and so yeah, I can juggle pretty much every member right now. Everybody gets the amount of time that they need. Just try to keep the conversation short. The reason I'm able to do 200 is because I don't have to sit there listening to you talk for like 3 fucking hours. All right. If that starts happening, then I got to start bumping the prices up, 250, 300. So it's just right now, everything's working. All right. So when you call, let's focus on business because it's the information you want. You're trying to make money. We're not here trying to give you an autobiography about what you did in 5th grade and how fat your dog is or some shit like that. All right. All right. Now let's get on to the show. Where's the article here again? Copy and paste. This article here, let me show you guys. This is a trend. Now, I'm not a fortune teller. I can't tell you what's going to happen to Bitcoin. I think 99% of the people watch my show, we all know the government made Bitcoin. Now, I don't know what government, maybe United Nations or 5 families of the world. I don't know. But this shit isn't just some Japanese guy named Satoshi. No, this is a fucking government operation. And this whole fucking crypto thing, Ripple's the government, all this shit is, okay? Chris Sharpie, oh God. Thanks always, Hulk. One of these days, I'll be like, whew, I'm sure glad this is done. I'd like to get back to 15 hours a week. This fucking job is like daily. It's not a bad job. It just fucking takes so long. All right. Now, here's the article here. Japanese financial giant. It's called SBI. They're like an early Ripple partner. I want you to notice these things. Ripple, all roads lead back to Ripple. I've been saying that for 6 years. You guys are like, you know what? Like, Dan Crypto Hulk, you have been saying. It's just what I'm seeing. Not that I'm a genius or nothing, because I'm not. I'm observant. That's all that I am. I observe. I take notes. I got notes on shit. And I report to you guys. And then you throw in some common sense. And then some of you guys call me up or shoot me stuff. Hey, Crypto Hulk, look into this. And then so all of us together, we figure this shit out, man. It's like a team effort. Okay. What I'm seeing is a trend where institutions, and we can see this with GPUs, hyperscale data, they're moving away from Bitcoin mining, aren't they? Now SBI is doing it. And guess what? It's another company and another company. This is the trend that I'm seeing. Corporations are finding it's not worth the money and time and expense and all that to mine Bitcoin. Oh, now with real world rules coming into effect, with real tokenized assets. See, Bitcoin represents nothing. Let's read this article here, and you're going to see what's changing. I got a deep dive for this article as well, but what we want to do now is start understanding. See, okay, let me just go with this. SBI Crypto, the subsidiary of the Japanese financial giant, is the latest firm to shutter, SHUTTER, to shutter its Bitcoin mining endeavor. They control 2% of all the Bitcoin that's mined. They're walking away from it. Like, oh my God. Like they're mining 2% of the Bitcoin. That's like 1/50th. You could have 50 companies like SBI that would control all the Bitcoin mining in the world. This is 1 out of 50, basically, companies controlling. And I don't even know I don't know how many companies control Bitcoin. I mean, maybe 10. I have no idea. SBI Crypto is ending its Bitcoin mining pool service, the 11th largest according to Hash Rate Index. The firm joins, here we go, SBI joins a growing list of other Bitcoin miners that are ending operations or shifting a larger focus to artificial intelligence. That's the trend. They're leaving Bitcoin mining. It's starting now. I don't know how long the trend will last. Maybe it goes back to where they do it. They keep mining. I don't know. I'm just showing you a trend that's occurring right now. What we got is they're shifting it to AI and then tokenized real world assets. The firm joins a growing list of other Bitcoin miners that are ending. Oh, there's a growing list of miners that are ending operations and shifting a larger focus to artificial intelligence, everybody. Earlier this week, SBI's parent company agreed to acquire Japanese exchange called BitBank. Now, let's look. We've got a Japanese bank called SBI. They have a division that was mining Bitcoin. It's stopping that, switching over to AI, and they just bought a crypto exchange. Well, they call it BitBank. But now we're seeing, these banks, they want in on this, okay? And I don't care if we have crypto laws right now or not. They're not waiting. They are not waiting. It looks to me like they're just going in and buying shit up. You know, I think that they already know where this ends up. Look, they already know before us. We aren't going to need to have laws. I told all the $500 members and the $200 members back in February of this year, I said, look, they ain't going to wait. You watch this. They're not going to sit around waiting until we get crypto laws. No, they're going to just do it right now. They're going to get all hooked up. And then it's going to force the government to make the laws. This is what I'm seeing right here. SBI Crypto. That's a division of SBI Holdings. SBI Crypto, a wholly owned subsidiary of Japanese financial giant SBI Holdings, is winding down its Bitcoin mining pool services. Though a reason was not given, until then, we expect the pool to continue operating under normal conditions, and customers may continue mining and receiving payouts as usual. Our goal is to continue providing stable mining goal operations through the planned closure date. That seems kind of interesting. They're closing it and not really telling anybody. Like, why exactly? I mean, they're shifting to AI, but they're not saying exactly what's going on. Bitcoin mining pools allow smaller players to lump together their resources and computational power or hash rate to win to compete to win Bitcoin blocks. When the pool finds a block, the rewards are then distributed proportionally. So I'm going to guess here, but if you get 1,000 people together and they all have their little home computers and you kind of put them all together and you try to mine a Bitcoin and everybody splits in the money. Seems kind of foolish to me. You already have crypto that's already mined. There's no mining needed for XRP. Plus it's interoperable. Like, this is the thing that is just fascinating to me. If you already have a crypto like XRP in the ledger, the XRP ledger, you've got a bulletproof ledger. It's interoperable. It's cheap to send a transaction. What is it? 0.00001 penny or something cost. I mean, it's everything. The XRP ledger is everything that Bitcoin is not. Like, to me, it's just astounding why people spend all this money to mine a Bitcoin. It costs like what, $1,000 to mine a Bitcoin or something. Do you understand? Do you understand that? To mine one Bitcoin, I think it costs $1,000 worth of energy and shit. And if the expense, you got to buy a computer, so they figure out the average cost. What does it take to mine a Bitcoin? I think it's like $1,000. That's to send a transaction. I don't know. It makes no sense to me, or I have no idea. SBI's crypto departure from mining continues a trend that has seen large Bitcoin miners leave the space in search of better opportunities in artificial intelligence. Last year, publicly traded miner, it's called Bitfarms, announced it would wind down its operations entirely. This is amazing. As it transitioned to AI and rebranded to what's called Keel Infrastructure, KEEL Infrastructure. The Bitcoin mining business has become increasingly challenging for companies amid Bitcoin's falling price. Though SBI is dumping its mining business, its parent company is still pushing forward in crypto. Earlier this week, SBI Holdings announced it was going to buy what they call BitBank for about $300 million. Okay. So we got that article there. I'm going to check the comment section. Then I'm going to show you the Grok deep dive, and we're going to see what else we can find. Handle corrected. Stevie ZBCN. How much is Handle? We're going to take a short break and look at Handle. Look, it's a great crypto, but everything's going to go down, all right? You don't have regulations. None of this shit's going to stay up. Handle Pay. Okay, we take it back about a month ago is when I talked about it. It's still up from when I first talked about it. Oh, shit. This one, oh, God. Hey, this Handle Pay, This is what happens when you watch Crypto Hulk show. Look, I can't tell you what cryptos are going to take off. I don't think there's any program quite as good as mine. But let's look at Handle here. Handle over the past month is up 1,333%. Everybody, listen up. About a month ago, people were like, oh, Crypto Hulk, this crypto's up 30%. Woohoo! Crypto Hulk, this one's up 60%. Woohoo! And I'm just like, wow. And then I was telling you guys, you got to stop telling me all that shit. Because when Crypto Hulk wants to pump a coin, we get 25Xs, man. That's 2,500? Yeah, we get like 25X gains. Like this shit, you don't even need to tell me. So this coin's up 40% after you talked about it, Crypto Hulk. So fucking what? 40%? This fucking thing right here is 1,333% after I talked about it. Okay. We went over the Rise token. I put in $3,200 to get $1 million, and about a week later, after me pumping it, that shit was up to $25,000 for $1 million. I don't give a shit about 30, 40, 50, 60%. That shit doesn't mean anything to me, everybody. Like when we're getting at 1,300%, okay, you could probably say, hey, Crypto Hulk, you talked about this crypto, it's up 1,300%. Okay. That's pretty good, but this 30, 40, 50, 60 stuff, I don't need to hear that dumb shit, all right? When we go hard on a crypto on my program, 30, 40% ain't shit, man. All in 2025, all of us together, we'd pool our money, bust into a crypto, and that shit would go up 25X, 10X. It was almost too fucking easy to make money. I made a trip. I made enough money to go to Vegas and blow like $2,000. I got in on the crypto like you guys pumped it and dumped it. And that was fun, but that's fun money. Now, how much did I make? I think I made, I don't know, $4,000 or something, or $4,500 on a deal. But that's nothing, man. I want like 400,000. That's good. Having 400,000 bucks, okay. But $4,000, that's like welfare money. So let's go to the deep dive on this. What is the deep dive saying? The SBI Holdings is a strategic pivot. So Grok realizes SBI is kind of leaving this Bitcoin mining dumb shit, and they're going after big money. They got bigger fish to fry. Just like 2025 was great. For about 6 months, we were making, you can make a few $1,000 and shit on a program. That's cool, right? Could you buy it? I just saw how much they cost. A Porsche GT, Turbo GT, $240,000. That's what I want to get, one of those. In 2025, you can't really, we made, $500 here, $1,500 there, $4,000 over there, but you still can't get a Porsche Turbo GT. And it's great having a car, but we got to get bigger aspirations like fucking mansion, okay, house, minimum $1.5 million at a minimum. That's what I'm here for. One guy asked me, hey, Crypto Hulk, how much you selling your Canton? What's your exit point for Canton? 50 cents? Like, what? Like, no, dude. Like, how about $1.5 million house and a Porsche Turbo GT? That's my fucking exit strategy. For real. So I really want about a $1.75 million house and the Porsche. It's going to run me about a cool $2 million. Like, that's where I'm at. I'm not trying to make this $2,000 or make 25,000 off Rise. What the fuck am I gonna do with 25,000? I can't even buy a fucking car for that shit. I can probably get a Kawasaki ZX14 or something, but yeah, it's just some of you guys are 20 years old, and to you, hey, 25,000 is big dollars. You're balling, but I need to strategically get certain cryptos here, so when they pump, I can dump it for like $2 million. That's where I'm at. That's why I've been buying these cryptos. I've been telling you, the cryptos are so cheap right now. Fucking load up. Let's say you wanted, past tense, wanted to get rise. Then you should have bought 2 or 3 milli of that shit. And then when it goes up, you can dump 2 milli and you still got $1 million left, okay? People are like, well, I got enough crypto. No, you don't. That's the dumbest fucking shit. You load up and then you just fucking dump vociferously. That's the word of today. Vociferously, okay? So we're going to look into SBI. It started in 1999. Yoshitaka Katao. Now, SBI, serious Ripple partner, okay? Just putting that out there. They were there from like day one, year one. All right. Now, SBI is deep into tokenization, stable coins, institutional infrastructure. This is so big. Look, the industry, I want to tell you guys, brand new people. In the beginning was Bitcoin and Ethereum because nobody knew any better. Crypto Hulk comes along, and I've been shitting on Bitcoin and Ethereum from day one. When I made my video to advertise this, I had TikTok and I think Instagram. Normally, I can make a 2-minute video and it loads in about 30 seconds, okay? When I go to make my advertisement videos on TikTok and these other ones, I loaded the advertisement of this video, Bitcoin is dying or whatever. It took like 5 minutes for TikTok and some of these other platforms to load the video. They were so fucking scared to load it. You know what they probably did? They just hid it. They finally loaded it, but then they hid it so that nobody can see it. My information is like that, man. I can find information. These platforms are terrified of the information I put out because you guys watch my program. I've been talking to you. You call me up and you're like, damn, Crypto Hulk, I used to watch all these other channels, but man, after watching your channel for like 3 to 6 months, if I go to watch some other channel, I look at these people like they're fucking stupid, right? That's what happens when you watch. Hey, my show takes a lot of work, but you're going to get, if you take notes to remember shit, whatever, you're going to become very educated on crypto, where you're going to watch some of these other channels and be like, I don't learn a fucking thing on this channel. I got 15 minutes of them hitting up the news highlights and then backing the truck up on something crypto and then. But let's continue. So they had partnerships with Chainlink, Securitize, Ripple's their partner. You guys, are you hearing these names? Securitize is so massive. We're going to do that one next. You got Cantons mixed up in this. Are you hearing all this? I'm not going to screenshot this, but you've got SBI partnered up with Circle. Let's see. Who the fuck is SBI? Why are we talking about this? Because they're leaving Bitcoin because they're partners with Circle, Ripple, Startail, Chainlink, Securitize, Progmat, Canton. Like, there you fucking go, right? What's the trend with SBI? They're leaving Bitcoin. And that seems to be the trend with all these institutions. That's why these broke crypto platforms are terrified to have my show, because I just tell you what I see. It's not an opinion. I'm just reading off the fucking article. These platforms get so butthurt. They're trying to confuse you so bad buying dumb shit crypto. I'm just showing you what the trend is. Now, who's the partners of SBI? R3 Corda. R3 Corda is real tight with XDC crypto. And again, you got Ripple involved, Circle, Chainlink, Visa, Startail, Elliptic. Summary. SBI exemplifies mature institutional integration of blockchain. They're tokenizing. SBI is tokenizing. They're using Chainlink and Ripple to do this. Are you hearing me? I'm naming off the companies and the cryptos they're using. Now, I'm going to wrap this article up. I asked Grok to summarize why is this story so important? Because I was kind of looking at it. Here's what Grok says. The Decrypt article on SBI shutting down its Bitcoin mining pool after 5 years while controlling 2% of the network hash rate. It's newsworthy because it captures a high-profile exit by a major traditional financial institution. That's why this is a big deal. This is a major player in the Bitcoin mining world, and they're like, oh, we're done. Fucking done. Okay? That's what other companies are doing. This is a trend. Michael Saylor, be prepared. Somebody send Michael Saylor some Vaseline. Cheeks about to get clapped, okay, over in the Michael Saylor world. Now they're using Chainlink. SBI is using Chainlink for real-world asset and oracles. Remember the New York Stock Exchange? Pyth. They're using Pyth. That's why I think I put in 500 or $1,000 in Pyth. They're going to take business away from Chainlink. Chainlink's going to have its little place. And I stress the word little place because you got Redstone, which I own at Caleb and Brown. Redstone, they're an oracle, and so is Pyth. I don't own Chainlink because I already know that shit's played out like a 80-year-old hooker, okay? I'm going with Redstone and Pyth. You can do whatever you want, but that's what I'm going with. On the trend for Bitcoin and proof of work, the sector faces cycle pressure with hash rate showing recent quarterly declines. The hash rate of Bitcoin is dumping at 5% quarter over quarter. So that's good enough. I think I'll leave the Bitcoin article alone. Let me check some comments here. Next, let me show you what article we're doing next. Securitize. This is massive right here. Everybody, it's almost like they're getting the whole crypto space all set up for the global economies. Stevie ZBCN says, YouTube doesn't like you today. Lots of buffering. Because I'm talking about how Bitcoin's a pile of shit. That's why. Chris Sharpie's like, Hulk, you could get a nice used Honda Civic for $25,000. Chris, I was driving nice Honda Civics back in like 1998. All right. That's when I was 28 years old. I'm 56 now. I'd hope to God I could step it up a little bit in 20 some odd years. All right, next article, Securitize. This is so massive right here. Oh my God, this is so big. This is bigger than my ego. Securitize is a company that's working with BlackRock. You know, just the biggest real world asset under management company. BlackRock has about $12.5 trillion in assets under management. Nobody can beat them. Nobody can touch BlackRock. BlackRock partners up with Securitize using the crypto called Ondo to tokenize real world assets, mainly treasury bonds, okay? So they've taken treasury bonds, turned them into crypto so that people can invest in them. Now, Ondo uses a company called Axelar. That's another crypto you can buy. I'd highly recommend it. But Axelar, here's the beauty of it. Axelar's partner is Ripple. Oh, you got to love it. See? We're reading a story today about Securitize. Now, guess what? Securitize is going on the stock market. Oh, damn. This is massive right here. I'm telling you, if you're an investor, get into Securitize and buy that shit. They've got first mover advantage. They're only partners with BlackRock. That's not a big deal to some of you. Securitize right now tokenizes, here we go, $300 million of its own stock. Securitize went public with an IPO, and they're taking their stock, turning it into crypto, and putting it on Solana and Avalanche. And they're debuting on the New York Stock Exchange. Do you see where this is going, everybody? We don't have to have crypto laws. I already told you back in February, I predicted all of this. They're going to just let loose and let this crypto rip. And then now wait for the Democrats to vote on shit, okay? Right here. The newly public company, so Securitize is brand new on the stock market. Their shares are the largest issuer-sponsored tokenized stock at launch, aiming to make a point against a rival third-party stock token issuer. Securitize, a tokenization specialist backed by BlackRock and ARK Invest, began trading on the New York Stock Exchange on Thursday and simultaneously brought its own shares to blockchain investors. The company said its common stock under the ticker SECZ. Let me show you this. If you want to go to the New York Stock Exchange, let me look this up. Let me look this one up for you. SECZ. Securitize. Okay, here we go. $12. If some of you guys invest in stocks, get this right here. Securitize. This is the company. This has got first mover advantage. This company here is a New York Stock Exchange. It's on the New York Stock Exchange, everybody. It's $12 for one. No one's ever done anything like this in the whole entire world. This is a company that turns real world stuff into crypto. BlackRock was the first to do this with Securitize. This is definitely first mover advantage right there. And its ticker is SECZ. Now, they tokenize their own stock, and the token is on Solana and Avalanche. The blockchain-based shares represent the same common stock trading on the New York Stock Exchange. Securitize also claimed bragging rights as the first newly public company to tokenize its own stock. That is crazy. I've never heard of. This is simply amazing. The launch is the latest milestone in the fast-growing tokenization sector, where banks and asset managers are increasingly using blockchain rails to issue traditional financial assets such as funds, bonds, and equities. I'm going to read that again. I want you to understand what's happening here. It looks like nothing's happening to crypto. Don't be fooled by the price. Cryptoholic fans, don't be fooled by these stupid prices, okay? I want you to focus on, I'm going to read something again. I want you to see what is going on. This is why I don't trip. So sometimes I'll get some of these $200 people and they'll call me up like, Cryptoholic, isn't it frustrating with such? You have to understand what's going on. I'm not frustrated at all because I'm watching what they're doing. I'm not being distracted by a price. I'm just watching what are they doing and when are they going to release this thing? Like I'm standing there ready. Like I'm ready and I'm just watching them hook up the whole financial system. I'm watching them hook up the whole financial system and I'm just waiting and watching very closely. I'm not mad. I'm not nervous. I'm not anxious. I don't fucking care. Cuz I'm every day they show me what they're doing. I'm watching what they're doing. Every day it confirms to me, Crypto Hulk, you're in the right spot. Here's the thing right here. The fast growing tokenization sector, where banks, listen to this, where banks and asset managers are increasingly using crypto to issue traditional financial assets such as bonds, equities, and funds. The banks are turning they're different investment funds. The banks are turning bonds and equities into crypto. I'm watching this happen right here. I don't care about the price, man. That shit doesn't. What I have to look at are what are the banks doing? They're turning real world assets into crypto. That's what the banks are doing. And as long as I know they're continuing to do this, that means one day this thing takes off like a rocket. It's not going to be a slow 45 degree. Oh, a fucking chimpanzee could follow that trend, right? I could get a fucking chimpanzee and have him draw a 45 degree line with a crayon. This shit's too fucking easy. Now, what are we doing here? We're ignoring a price and we're focusing on what are they doing? Securitize, the first company in the world, they joined Cantor Fitzgerald. They went onto the stock market and they tokenized their own stocks. That's fucking nutso. Are you seeing that? Then they put it on the Solana and Avalanche blockchain. This has never before happened, everybody. $12 a share. Dear God, listen to this. I want you to look at what I'm saying. Forget about the fucking price. That's where you end up a brokey, okay? Let's talk real numbers here. That's why my show terrifies platforms. I don't deal with dumb shit prices and all the chart analysis. That's so fucking stupid. That's embarrassing. The opportunity, it is. It shows how fucking stupid people are. Let's look at the charts. Let's do the prediction. Okay, what these dumb shits don't realize is that dark pools and private ledgers hide 90% of the shit that's going on. These stupid chart asshats are only looking at 10% of the market cap, okay? They can't see the rest because they're fucking stupid to understand there's dark pools and private ledgers right now. You're not going to see any of that fucking shit on a schedule or a graph, okay? You ever heard the term private ledger? You ever heard of dark pools? That doesn't show up on market cap, dummies. Let's continue. The opportunity has drawn growing interest across Wall Street. Citibank predicted that. Here we go. Here's what Securitize is doing. Citibank projects tokenized securities could reach $5.5 trillion by 2030. Oh, man. Boston Consulting Group and Ripple estimated the market could be 18 trillion. Oh, shit. Let me just pick through this real quick. Eligible U.S. investors can buy the tokenized stock through Securitize's platform after completing ID verification and meeting securities laws requirements. Oh, so they're probably going to make it to where you have to be an accredited investor. That's so fucking stupid. Now, that's where Hecto comes in, Let me pitch Hecto to you. What is Hecto, Crypto Hulk? Well, I haven't bought it. Here's Hecto Finance. Here's their website here. Copy and a paste. What Hecto does is they pick like the top 7 biggest funds and then allows you to get the token of the fund. So you can't buy certain things like OpenAI or Starlink or whatever it is, some things. You can't buy certain ones unless you're an institutional investor or you join Hecto and you get the Hecto token. Now you get access to shit that they really don't want you to have, okay? That's the beauty of Hecto. Now let me show you their page here on CoinGecko. Hecto. There we go. I talked about Hecto, I believe, on a private group 5 days ago. It's tough to get. Somebody's going to show me how to get it. They've said I just don't have time right now to be showing you guys how to do all this. I can't do everything, make the videos, call people, and do all this shit. There's no fucking way. So this one right now, you're kind of on your own. There's Hecto. You can go locate this. There's different places. Don't buy the wrong one. That's why I'm not fucking with this shit right now. You got to know what you're doing. You're going to go buy some fake Hecto on Coinbase, not even real, okay? The shit's tough to get. You got to go through a certain thing, and I'm not getting mixed up in all that shit right now. I'm way too busy. But I'm at least going to tell you that options are out there. Hecto. It's a very interesting crypto. Because the reason I like it is because I can buy Hecto tokens that are based on a real thing like stocks, bonds, or whatever. The OpenAI, I can get access to shit that I could never get. So that's why Hecto it allows you to get in on investments that they don't really want you in on. So that's what Hecto is. I'm just plugging it. Okay. Securitize. Why is Securitize a big deal? Because they tokenize for BlackRock, Apollo, KKR, Hamilton Lane, Van Eck. These kind of companies. This is a massive deal right here. Let me look at my little Grok deep dive. How much time do we got here? Oh, shit. Okay. 12 minutes. Plenty of time. Okay, Securitize. Let me go through my deep dive here in like 10 minutes time. Securitize. So with Securitize, again, we're dealing with Ondo. We're dealing with Axelar. Those are the biggest 2 cryptos. If I'm talking about Securitize, those 2 are massively involved. Then you got Ripple. So that's the XR piece. Now, actually, we got 3 cryptos. Securitize, founded in 2007. Securitize has grown into the world's largest tokenization platform by assets. They got $4 billion under management. Now, BlackRock has 12. This company is about 1/3 the size of BlackRock. Securitize joined with a company called Cantor, Cantor, Cantor Equity Partners. So those 2 companies came together, and then they tokenized $300 million of their own stock. And again, they put it on Solana and Avalanche. I'm going to skip through who the founders were for both companies, the fintech, blockchain, crypto involved, Ethereum, Solana, Avalanche, Polygon. Okay, the partners involved again. BlackRock, like the biggest in the world, is involved in this, everybody. BlackRock, the Biddle, Apollo's involved, KKR, Hamilton Lane, Van Eck. Then you got the New York Stock Exchange is involved in this, a company called Computershare. They're the ones that control all the record keeping. Guess who we got involved here? Redstone. Now we got another crypto involved. Ondo, Axelar, Ripple, Redstone. And then the others, the Ethereum we mentioned. I'm not concerned about those. Hamilton Lane, ARK Invest, that Kathy ARK lady or whatever her name is. Summary. Okay. Securitize stands as a professional grade leader in bridging traditional finance and blockchain. Are you seeing what's happening? This move from Securitize, the reason I'm focusing on it, you need to understand. I want you to see what's happening in the big picture. Instead of just saying, hey, Crypto Hulk, what's the price of this? Fuck that price shit, okay? Let's look at what the hell is actually going on. We're taking traditional finance, that's old school, creating a bridge called Securitize, and putting it into the blockchain world. That's the future. From the past, bridged into the future. That's what we're focusing here today on Crypto Hulk. I want you to see what is happening. Forget these fucking prices. That's brokey shit, okay? What we got to do is look at what the hell is actually happening. And then, Crypto Hulk, name the cryptos that are helping the traditional finance get bridged into the future of crypto. Redstone, Ondo, Axelar, Ripple. These are the biggest ones. And you got to throw in your Polygon and Avalanche and Solana on top of that. I'm not investing in any of those, just the Redstone. You might even have Pyth in here. Maybe in some sort of way. I didn't talk about it, but I wouldn't be surprised with Pyth. This is what I'm showing you. We're bridging the traditional, and it's coming. Axelar is a bridge, actually. The Ondo Axelar bridge, Securitize is creating the tokenization. But this is what we're looking at here, everybody. I don't care about the price. What I need to know is, Crypto Hulk, what is happening? And that is we're connecting the old world to the new. How are they doing it, Crypto Hulk? With bridges called blockchain. And those bridges are made up of, from what I know, about 8 companies that are crypto tokens that you're probably going to be interested in, okay? That's what we're looking at today. Alrighty. What did this move by Securitize and this bridge with these cryptos? What is this bridge showing us? It demonstrates that regulated institutional grade public equities can live natively on public blockchains while preserving full shareholder rights, moving tokenization from pilots and third-party wrappers into mainstream traditional finance infrastructure. Everybody, what did Securitize just do? It brought the old world in with the future of blockchain, showing us that we can take all the traditional investments of the world and put them into crypto to make it work. That's what we just saw right here. And you have the biggest companies in the world doing this right now. It's not of can they do it, it's they've already done it. Now, the question is, why doesn't the price go up? I can't control all this stuff. What I do, here's what I do. I look at this amazing process that's occurring right in front of us. I look at this amazing process and I get in on shit. Okay, I get in and get a portion of the Redstone, which I have. I've got some Ondo. I've got XRP. I've got Axelar. I'm buying access to stuff that I can have. I'm watching a transformation from the old world into the new. I'm watching the bridges. I'm seeing how they made these bridges. And then I invest in the companies that help make the bridge. I don't give a fuck about the price. Right now, it's cheap as hell. That's why I'm buying cryptos. One day, it's sell time. Right now, it's buy time. It's not time now to cash out and make money out of crypto. That's the dumbest fucking shit I ever heard. You're watching these brokey channels that are trying to appeal to desperate motherfuckers out there. They are so desperate, they'll watch the guy with the white teeth, the shiny white teeth guy. They'll watch him and just beg, please tell us about a price prediction. I'll suck your dick if you say XRP will hit $2,000. That show is so fucking embarrassing. All these shows that do all this dumb shit, okay? We have to look at what the hell is happening. What are these companies doing? And what cryptos are they using to do it with? That's what we look at here. Fact-based channel, okay? No white teeth and BJs on this channel. My energy drink is gone. Is officially over. Scrim de la Creme says, the bridges will explode in price at some point. Yes, everybody, look, it is so cheap right now. It's literally welfare cheap prices of crypto. I'm not lying. What, XLR is what, 4 cents or something? How much is that? Okay, let's look at Ondo. Now we're going to talk price, which means nothing. Ondo, 33 cents. I remember, wasn't that shit like $1.40 at one point? It was like, Ondo was like $1.40 or something. Let me take a look. $2. Fuck. Ondo was like $2.03. Now it's 30 cents. 7 times cheaper. This is a 700% discount. Do you understand this? Ondo right now is 700% off. Well, damn, CryptoHawk. This is what I'm telling you. It's not time to sell. Stop watching these fucking channels that are showing you how to flip this crypto. Those people are so fucking stupid. Okay, next one would be Axelar. Axelar is 4 cents. Oh, shit. You know how much Axelar used to be? Almost $2. Axelar, 50x percent off. What is that? 5,000%? Okay. Axelar is 5,000% off. Its all-time high was like $2.37. Maybe this crypto is even 60x. That's 6,000% off. And you're talking about trying to, crypto home show where I'm learning to make money. I'm staking my crypto. Are you serious? This shit's 6,000% down. And your stupid ass is trying to do a staking or something. Are you fucking retarded? Some of you guys, I swear to God, all right? Not people who have been watching my show for a while. I hope to God, no. We're talking about 2 cryptos here that are down 50 to 60,000, 5 to 6,000%. That's 50x and 60x down. And you're like, well, I want to stake them and make money off of 4-cent crypto. Are you fucking nutso? That's the dumbest fucking shit. What's the other coin we got? Redstone? Let's see how it's doing. But Crypto Hulk, the other people are talking about there's this good fund. Dude, shut up with that stupid fucking shit. Okay, Redstone's 9 cents. Its all-time high is 80 cents. So Redstone is down about 1,000%. 1,000%. 10x, 1,000%. So this one's not down as much, but these other cryptos are down 50 to 60x. And you're thinking about trying to get yield. That's so fucking stupid. Some of you guys are so retarded. It's sad how you even found my channel. What's the other crypto with this? Well, there's Ripple in there. That's all. I'm just showing you how much these cryptos are down. It's buying time. It's not time to like stake shit that's down 6,000%. That's the dumbest fucking shit I could ever think of. So anyhow, it's buy time. All right. And one of these days, there's good old Rob. I prefer gold teeth. Oh my God. I remember being in the military. We had this first sergeant, and I'll use that term loosely. He was a pile of shit. First sergeant had a gold tooth, like one of these. He was like from the hood in Atlanta or some shit. And he had like a gold tooth, like right up there, not the front, but like right there. And it was looking at this guy. I'm like, you're just missing a bunch of gold chains and a mohawk, and I can just call you Mr. T. But that guy, he's only, when you said gold teeth, that reminds me. Some dude in Army uniform, he's got a gold tooth there. I'm like, wow, dude, that's so fucking embarrassing. Quant was over 350. Broke boys mindset. Jorge 27 says, damn, YouTube forced me to create a new YouTube account. This whole platform, YouTube, is such a pile of shit. I'll tell you. The minute I can make better customers numbers and shit, then this platform's fucking done. If I can get a platform like Patreon to outperform this fucking thing, I'm done. This is like the worst fucking platform ever. It's so censorship, and I don't know what's going on with it, but for 6 years I've been dealing with just dumb shit from YouTube over and over. It's embarrassing. All right, I think that'll be it. We're out of here. We're at an hour. Time is up. I've overstayed my welcome. I'll see you all probably in a show tomorrow.